Up next, we're going to take a look at our brand new assignability feature within eSpark called Small Group Skills, also known as From My Teacher for students. So down on my screen in blue, you see what your students will see whenever they have a lesson assigned to them. They'll log in, they'll see who assigned it, and they'll also see the name of the lesson. They'll click in and begin working on their lesson. I want to do a quick live demo of small group skills and how you can send these lessons to your students. Now, small group skills lessons are a little bit different than the adaptive pathway quests. Small group skills lessons are much shorter. They're meant to be done in just about 15 to 20 minutes. A small group skills lesson has just 3 components: an instructional video at the beginning, then a practice activity or game, and then a short assessment, a short quiz at the end of the lesson for students to demonstrate mastery. We have a whole library here of lessons for you to choose from, and you have a few different ways to sort or search for the lesson you want to assign to your students. Small group skills can really align very well into what you're teaching that day for some extra practice for those students. So if I go over to the search bar and I type in a topic, I could type in nonfiction, and I would pull up all of the nonfiction lessons that we have in our lesson library. I could also search by standard code. So I want to look for 3rd grade reading literature lessons. And here are all my lessons to choose from. I could also go back to the right side here, choose my grade. So I'm going to select 3rd grade, pick my subject, reading, and then here are all my 3rd grade reading lessons to choose from. I'm going to choose this first one here, answer explicit questions. Once I click on my lesson, I can preview the entire lesson as a student and see the student experience through this lesson. I'm going to first choose my character for the day. I'm going to answer our mood check-in, and then I can go about watching my video, trying the activity, and taking the short quiz. This allows you to preview the content and confirm it's appropriate for whichever students you're assigning it to. Scrolling down here in the bottom left corner, in very small font, I highlighted here my standard. This is the standard that goes with this lesson. So again, you can confirm that's what you want your students to be working on that day. Scrolling down a little bit further here, eSpark provides differentiation options for your students. So right now, if I'm a 3rd grade teacher, I might have some students working at 3rd grade level, but very likely I have some students that might be working below or above that level. I could again click into these lessons. These are lessons that are related to the same skill, and assign them to students working at different levels. Once I confirm that I want to assign this lesson to students, I'm going to go in the top right corner and press assign, this blue button. Next, I'll be prompted to select my class. I have to select this checkbox. There's my class name. Then I can edit the students I'm assigning the lesson to. So right now, all 14 of my students are checked off, but I just have 3 that I want to get this extra practice. So I'm going to uncheck everybody, and then I'm going to check Relative Ill, Mr. Incredible, and Red Riding Hood. Those are the students I want to get this lesson. Then I'm going to click done. I could assign these right away or schedule them for any day in the future. I may go down here next and differentiate and pick a 2nd grade lesson for a couple other students, or the above lesson for the rest of my class. It is up to you and the levels you have in your classroom. Once students are working, I'm going to head back to my main small group skills tab where we started and check out the My Small Group Skills tab. This will allow me to see all the lessons I've assigned this school year. So here's my recent one in progress, Add Within 1,000 with Fluency, one that I assigned a few days ago to 2 students. I can click in and see if they completed it yet, and if they have, their score, commonly missed questions, and then individual reports on their score. Since students have not done this one yet, I'll show you one that looks like when students have done the lesson. So here we have a reading lesson. 4 kids have completed it, average score 35%. Here are some commonly missed questions I could use for some reteaching in the future. I can click in here and pull up the question myself. I can also see students' progress through the 3 parts of the lesson and their final score on the quiz. And once again, I can click into any of these scores to pull up their quiz from the lesson. So that is a quick overview of small group skills. It is meant to be a resource for you to send targeted content to your students that's aligned with what you're teaching that day or in a week or so for you to really get that extra practice to students who need it.